good day, classmates. We are here to present the National Capital Region with 16 cities and 1 municipality. And the first city is the Marikina City. Marikina was founded in 330 years ago when the Jesus arrived in 1630. They called the area Jesus de la Peña or Jesus of the Rocks. It was later called Marikina and the parish was established there in 1687. And here are the top 2 tourist spots in Marikina City. First is the Marikina River Park. Marikina River is a focal point for the city's community and cultural activities. Find along the side Marikina River. The Marikina Park is a 220-hectare spaces. So, ang Marikina River ay malawak talaga siya, maluwang dahil nga 220 hectare ito. At kapag nagpunta kayo dito sa Marikina City, sa The River Park, ang mga pwede nyong gawin na activities ay pwede kayong mag-jogging, biking, skating, fishing, picnic with your family, and outdoor recreational activities. Lahat ng yan, pwede nyong gawin dito pag kayo ay nagpunta sa Marikina River Park. And the other tourist spot is the Spirit of Bethlehem. The Spirit of Bethlehem is said to be a private collection of over 500 balanced nativity sets of posters, paintings, and sculptures from all over the world. I would say na the Spirit of Bethlehem is a really must visit. In fact, I would highly recommend this place for the people who wish to unwind and relax. People who has been seeing an inspirational for posters, sculptures, and interior designs ay bagay na bagay kayong pumunta dito. If you are looking for a place na to take a break within the Metro Manila, Marikina, the Spirit of Bethlehem is must-see for you. At ang mga activities naman na pwede nyong gawin kapag nagpunta kayo sa The Spirit of Bethlehem, pwede nyong makita ang mga magagandang paintings, posters na nakakawala talaga ng pagod, lalo na yung mga mahihilig sa paintings and posters na parang stress reliever na nila ito. At meron ding mga books na pwede niyong mabasa dito and Bibles. And the festival in the Marikina Day is the Kaangkan Festival celebrated in April. Honors the values of kindship, belongingness, and solidarity of the city. The next city is Caloocan City. Caloocan City, founded in 1762, it became a municipality in 1815. Caloocan suffered much damage during the World War II. Now part of the Greater Manila, it is a growing center industrialization as well as a residential suburb. Processed foods, textiles, and engineering products are its main industries. And the top 2 tourist spot in Caloocan City is first is the San Roque Cathedral Church. San Roque is one of the first churches established in this wonderful city located at St. Poblacion, Caloocan City. And the second tourist spot is the Bonifacio Circle Monument. Dito nyo makikita ang statue ni Andres Bonifacio. And the next is the Festival ng Caloocan. Pamaypay ng Caloocan, the city's Foundation Day showcase annually Festival of Pamaypay ng Caloocan with the use of pamaypay or fan as it is a showcase on techno-modern folk street dancing competition. The next city is Taguig City. Before Taguig came to be, there was part of the Kingdom of Tondo with the population counting 800 tributes believed to be mixed Chinese settlers as relieved by archaeological artifacts like glasses, cups, porcelain, plates, utensil bringing Chinese character dug in this area. Top 2 tourist spot in Taguig City. First is the Damay Museum. Ang Mine Museum ay isang science museum na matatagpuan sa Bonifacio Global, Taguig City. Ito ay binuksan noong 2012. Ang Mine Museum ay hindi lang basta museum ng agham, ngunit isa ring magandang gawa sa sining. At ang mga activities naman na pwede nyo gawin dito pag nagpunta kayo sa Mine Museum ay walk-in programs. We offer here a wide variety of your exciting educational activities to complement your visit. And also, we have a school add-ons. Boost your extraordinary science museum visit with fascinating school programs. And also, we have a science sleepover experience, a team night at all museum with fun activities and challenges. Ilan lang yan sa mga pwede nating gawin kapag tayo ay nagpunta dito sa Science Museum. At lalo na ang mga mahihilig sa science, siguradong mag-e-enjoy kayo dito sa The Mine Museum. And the festival in Taguig City is the Santa Anang Banak Taguig River Festival. The devier is done to respect the town's benefactor Saint Anne, who as indicated by legend accumulated the natives of Tagagiik, the root word of Taguig. A grand parade with honors the patroness Saint Anne. And the next city is Makati City. In 1890, San Pedro de Makati was declared a public town of Manila after the Americans took over the control of islands of Luzon from the Spaniards at the turn of 20th century. San Pedro de Makati was incorporated into the province of Rizal under Commonwealth in June 11, 1901. Top 2 tourist spot in Makati City. First is the Ayala Triangle Garden. Ayala Triangle Garden is a 2-hectare landscape urban park in Makati City. At ang mga activities naman na pwede nyong gawin sa Ayala Triangle Garden ay you can walk around the garden and see the beautiful view. You can take a picture and picnic with your family. Sa Ayala Triangle ay pwede nyo ring makita ang Pilipinas Heritage Library, Gabriela Silang Monument, Ninoy Aquino Monument, and Sultan Kudarat Monument. Ilan lang yan sa mga pwede nyo makita sa Ayala Triangle Garden. At kapag nagpunta kayo dito, siguradong mag-e-enjoy kayo. The second tourist spot in the Makati City is the Greenbelt Chapel. Greenbelt Chapel is located at the middle of the Makati Business District, enveloped in lush greenery. The church was completed in 1983 at ang pwede nyo namang gawin dito sa Greenbelt Chapel. Pag napunta kayo dito ay maluwang ito na lugar. Makita nyo ang mga puro green na mga halaman. Sigurado pag napunta kayo dito, lalo na yung mga mahihilig sa nature, na feel nila na nawawala yung pagod nila pag nakikita nila ito, pwede kayo dito magpunta sa Greenbelt Chapel. Festival in Makati City. The Central Business District of the Philippines, Makati City, is the Caracol Festival. Caracol is a Spanish term of snail shell, a freshwater shellfish that can withstand harsh conditions.
Pasig City. Pasig City is a large district with a mix of offices and upscale housing, popular for mall complexes in and around the Ortigas Center area. Tourist spot, Pasig Rainforest Park, also known as Pasig Rainforest Adventure Experience, and Pasig Central Park is a public park in Pasig, Eastern Metro Manila, Philippines. It expands 8 hectares, is a mixed recreational and natural park with a mini zoo. Dito po sa Rainforest, may makakapag-enjoy po yung mga bata, matanda, dahil meron po silang mga zipline and other activities po na mag-enjoy po ang buong pamilya. Then, ang susunod po ay yung Pasig Museum. The museum is a house in the old Conception Mansion owned by former Mayor of Pasig, Don Fortunato Cabrera Concepcion, who served from 1918 to 1921. Festival of Pasig. About Itik-Itik Festival. This festival lasts of 7 days and like party recommended each every 7-day streak of February in Barangay Kalawaan, Pasig City. The festival includes the eating of local duck. The event is featured with big props, energizing exercise, and excessive subtenance with eating at the principal fixing. It's also a method for the general population to draw nearer their supporter. Mandaluyong. Officially, the city of Mandaluyong is a first-class, highly urbanized city in the National Capital Region of the Philippines. Dito po natin matatagpuan ang SM Mega Mall and Shangri-La Plaza Mall. Pwede po tayo dito mag-bonding with family every weekends and then mag-shopping. As a part of week-long Mandaluyong Day celebration, the unique festival focused on the city ancient tradition of washing clothes in the once clean and clear water of the Pasig River. San Juan. Officially, the city of San Juan is a first-class, highly urbanized city in the national capital of the region. Dito po natin matatagpuan yung mini park. Dito po pwede tayong mag-banding with family, mag-picnic, and yung may mga playground din po dito nakapaligid, mag-enjoy po yung mga bata. Then, yung festival, Wata Wata Festival or Basaan Festival, Doing of Water, is the feast of Saint John the Baptist, patron of Saint San Juan, Metro Manila, and many others communities throughout the Philippines held every 24 of June. Pamilyar naman po tayo dito pagka June 24 ang festival na nagaganap ay sa San Juan City ay ang Basaan. Pasay. Officially, the city of Pasay is a first-class, highly urbanized in the city, National Capital Region of the Philippines. Dito po natin matatagpuan ang pinakamalaking mall, ang SM Mall of Asia. Dito po mag-i-enjoy ang ating pamilya, makakapag-banding ng masaya. Then, andito din po ang Resorts World Manila, an inviting beacon set in the world-class casino entertainment complex of Resort World Manila. Marriott Hotel Manila is a place to work and play. Serenata Festival is a yearly event marked on 4th of February. The musical extravaganza is held in Pasay City, Bayran, Subsert in Metro Manila.
Labon got its name from the words maraming labong, plenty of bamboo sheds. This was originally called as Tambongbong and was founded by the Augustinian friars as a visita of Tondo on May 21, 1599. It remained under the administrative jurisdiction from 1627 to 1688. Festival. The Pansit Malabon Festival, formerly called Duglugan, is an annual event in the city showcasing the renewed culinary treat. The festival as remarks the end of celebration of the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. Tourist spot, San Bartolome Church. Malabon Church is a Roman Catholic church located in San Agustin, Malabon, Metro Manila. The church titular is Malabon Patron Saint Bartolome das Potolvus feast. The day falls on every 24th day of August. Sayhuco Mansion. Malayan houses several old homes of historical value: the Dionisio family home, the Rivera house, the Bilonco house, the Luna house, the Martinez house, and the Chicanco house. The Rojas Borja house, the Tudor Luna house, the Santos Clapus house, the Pantaleon Bautista house, and the Sayhuco house. Considered to be the oldest located along Aureliano Street. Other old but well-preserved heritage houses in Malabon include Asilo de Hirpanos, the Place House, and Nepomucemo House. Valenzuela City. Valenzuela was named after Pio Valenzuela, a physician and a member of Katipunan, a secret society founded against the colonial government of Spain. The city as a town was originally called as Polo, initially formed in 1621 after separation from Maykawayan, Bulacan. Tourist spot. The Bahay na Bato or the Old House of the late Katipunan leader Dr. Pio Valenzuela will be reconstructed in the city named after him in honor of his 150th birthday last July 11. The original Central House of Valenzuela, which was burned down during World War II, will be recreated based on the personal account of his grandson, Architect Arturo Valenzuela Jr., and will become a museum. The next one, Arcong Bato, is one of the constituent barangay in the city of Valenzuela, Metro Manila. Arcong Bato is a historical barangay named after the famous stone arc landmark that its boundary with Barangay Stolan in Malabon. Festival. San Roque is the patron saint of the sick and invalid, but in Valenzuela City, he is known as the patron saint of the unmarried. Through the years, the feast has drawn single men and women from all over Metro Manila to ask for San Roque's intercession in finding their true love and future spouse through the traditional Sayawan sa Kalye, which is hailed as the oldest and the only celebration of its kind in the metropolis. It was founded on October 12, 1939 and was named for Manuel L. Quezon, the second president of the Philippines. The city was intended to be the national capital of the Philippines that would replace Manila, as the latter was suffering from overcrowding, lack of housing, poor sanitation, and traffic congestion. Tourist spot. The Museo ni Manuel Quezon is a multi-gallery album that houses items spanning Quezon's lifetime and even beyond, from when he was a boy in Baler Town until he assumed the role of the country's most powerful man, and from his last days to what inspired the construction of the 66-foot tribute and the formation of a city that bears his name. The next one, Ninoy Aquino Parks and Wildlife Center. Its invention to be a world-class ecotourism destination and a venue for biodiversity conservation and education on Philippines. Endemic the rare wild flora and fauna with its mission to provide a broad spectrum of outdoor recreational and ecotourism opportunities in a highly urbanized environment, with areas play, appreciate the nature, and gain delightful experience, and whereon one can also learn about Philippines wildlife and nature conservation. Continuously aims to fulfill its goals and objectives for betterment of the park. Festival. The Feast of Black Nazarene, also known as the translation after the mass of procession associated with the feast, is a religious festival held in Manila, Philippines that is centered around the Black Nazarene, an image of Jesus Christ. It is celebrated annually on January 9. Botas was originally a continuous part of Malabon. It was not separated from it with a body of water. However, sometime in the past, the turbulent water of Manila be gradually eroded a weak strip of land between this town and the district of Tondo in Manila, until a opening was reached. Tourist spot, Intramuros. Ang Intramuros ay ang makasaysayang napapadirang lungsod at pinakamatandang distrito ng Maynila, ang kabisera ng Pilipinas. May lalaki itong 67 hektare at ang nakakasiwa dito ay ang administrasyon ng Intramuros o IA na nilikha sa pamamagitan ng Presidential Decree number 1616 na nilagdaan noong 1979. Ang tungkulin ng IA ay paunlarin, pangalagaan, pangisawaan at itayo muli ang mga gusali at istruktura, pati na ang kutad ng Intramuros. The next one, Casa de Manila, is a museum in Intramuros depicting colonial lifestyle during Spanish colonization of the Philippines. Festival, the Pangasdaan Festival is held on 16 January every year to celebrate the founding of Navotas City, sometimes referred to as the fishing capital of the Philippines. The celebration include both street dancing, performance, and floating parades. Not to mention of course the fish markets.
So Las Piñas. Las Piñas was one of the earliest fishing settlements on the shores of Manila Bay. It was proclaimed as a province of Manila either in 1762 or 1797. Agustin, a Spanish historian, and from Juan de Medina, placed it at 1762. Ang Las Piñas ay kilala sa kanilang bamboo organ, salt beds, jeepney factory, and Las Piñas Parañaque wetlands. And ang Las Piñas ay was one of the earliest fishing settlements. So, proceed tayo sa festival ng Las Piñas. So, festival. Water lily festival or water lilies are known to thrive in bodies of water, growing up to a height of 40 inches, while they also provide useful organisms to underwater life. They multiply rather quickly and such clog waterways, block drainage system, and cause floods. So in terms of festival naman, they are known for their water lily festival. Water lilies are known to thrive in bodies of water. It is celebrated every Sunday of May, each year to honor Saint Jose. So next is yung two tourist spot of Las Piñas. So the first is Mary Immaculate Parish. So Nature Church, the church is the signature structure in the complex which spreads over 4,000 square meter. Mango orchards beside the flowing creek. So there are tourist spots that the Las Piñas are known for. First is yung Mary Immaculate Parish Church. This church is located under a canopy of mango butts, and the altar is concealed from street view by thick tropical palms and plants. Next is yung Zapote Bridge. Zapote Bridge is a stone arch pedestrian bridge crossing the Zapote River in the Philippines. So Zapote Bridge, it is a stone pedestrian bridge crossing the Zapote River in the Philippines. Nagkukonect ito sa mga cities ng Las Piñas papuntang Manila at Bacoor in the province of Cavite. Next tayo sa City of Manila. In the late 16th centuries, Manila was a walled Muslim settlement whose ruler leveled custom duties on all commerce passing up the Pasig River. So, Manila, capital and chief city of the Philippines. The city is the center of the country's economic, political, social, and cultural activity. It is located on the island of Luzon and spreads along the eastern shore of Manila Bay at the north of the Pasig River. So next tayo sa tourist spot of Manila. So the first is Intramuros. So Intramuros, urban district and historic walled city within metropolitan Manila in the Philippines. So the next is Rizal Park. Rizal Park's history began in 1820 when the Paseo de Luneta was completed just south of the walls of Manila on a marshy patch of land next to beach during the Spanish Rep. So next is festival. Sinulog Festival, one of the largest festival in the county. Sinulog features an all-day-long parade and party takes place on the third Sunday of January. So next is Muntinlupa City. Muntinlupa is an old term which refers to a village now known as the Poblacion as early as 1800. The Catholic priest, Father Joaquin de Zuniaga, chronicled it as la Poblacion que sigue se llama Muntinlupa. So, Muntinlupa is known as the location of the National Insular Penitentiary, the new Bilibid prison, where the country's most dangerous criminals are incarcerated, as well as the location of Alaya Alabang Village, one of the country's biggest and most expensive residential communities where many of the wealthy and famous. Next is top 2 spot in Muntinlupa City. The first is Yetzel's Toy Museum. Yetzel's Toy Museum is probably the most popular toy museum in the Philippines. If you are an avid fan of movies like Star Wars, Transformer, DCU, and Marvel Cinematic Universe, anime and video games, then visiting the Yetzel Museum should be in your bucket list if you are visiting the Philippines. Next is Museum Muntinlupa. So, Museum ng Muntinlupa, also known as the Muntinlupa Museum, is a history city museum in Sentinel Avenue, Tunasan, Muntinlupa, and Metro Manila, Philippines. Next is Festival. Muntinlupa users in the new year with the Bulaklakan Festival. A parade of flowers and costumes. Bulaklakan Festival is something that is enjoyed by the locals of Muntinlupa that users in the coming of more growing and bountiful year of them, as they are labeled as one of the most progressive city in the country. So, next is Parañaque City. Parañaque was later converted as the 11th city of Metro Manila. On February 15, 1998, and was chartered and urbanized through President Fidel V. Ramos during the celebration of the city's 418th founding anniversary. Joey Marquez became its first city mayor. So, next is the tourist spot of Parañaque. So, the first is Baclaran Church, also known as the Shrine of Our Lady of Perpetual Help. The church has quite a number of visitors and has a seating capacity of 3,000 and addition. It can accommodate standing capacity of about 9,000. So, next is a Dampa. A collection of stalls that sell fresh seafood such as crustaceans, mollusks, shellfish, and much more. Even those from Metro Manila would not hesitate to come here to purchase some fresh catch from the sea. So next is a festival. So Sunduan Festival, Parañaque is also known for the Sunduan, a festival held every November during the Araw ng Parañaque celebration. The city also staged Holy Week rites and reenactments of the Passion of Christ.
And last is the Municipality of Pateros. Pateros is one of the smallest municipalities in Metro Manila, with only 1,038 hectares in land area. Once in a visit of Pasig, it was made a municipality on March 29, 1900s. On June 11, 1901, it was incorporated into Rizal Province. Top 2 tourist spot in Pateros. Garden of Memories, a private cemetery which served as a park for the residents of Pateros, Taguig, Pasig, Makati, and the other nearby towns. And the second is the Balutan, Pateros being known as the balut capital of the Philippines. Activities. Pateros is the only municipality and the smallest, both in population and inland area, in Metro Manila. This municipality is famous for its duck raising industry, red salted eggs, and inutak, a local rice cake. Festival in Pateros. Balut Festival. Balut is considered as one of the original Filipino exotic food. And when finding the best equality fertilized duck egg, Pateros ranked first, garnering the title of Balut capital of the Philippines.